And welcome back to Cornettes Commentary right here on Who's Slamming Who after a 2-week absence. Mr. James E. Cornette, the World Traveler, is back. Jimmy, what's going on, man?
Tommy, it's so good to hear your voice again. You finally answered the question that I've always been asking of how could I miss you if you won't go away. Over the past couple of weeks now, we've been in different time zones. I've been in the car on my cross-country trek, my vacation out west, the Ring of Honor shows in Phoenix and Charlotte. We'll talk all about that stuff, but I apologize for not having been able to get a commentary up, but some of the places I was at didn't have cell phone service. I did see the world's largest meteor crater, by the way. $15 a piece for the two of us to see a big hole in the ground, and I didn't feel cheated. It was a massive hole. What a tremendous scientific anomaly there. But a great trip out west. We'll talk more about that, but I apologize for having been in so many different time zones.
Oh, no problem. And people out there also have to understand, Jimmy doesn't fly, so he might be gone for, 2 shows in a weekend, but you figure 2 days travel.
We made a trip. Well, we left a week before the Phoenix shows, and we tootled on down to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and, stopped in some antique stores and flea markets in Missouri, and then had lunch at JR's Barbecue with JR and his lovely little bride on Tuesday. I recommend JR's Barbecue in Norman, Oklahoma, highly for the greatest barbecue in the history. Order the Battle Royal. That'll feed everything.
What's the Battle Royal consist
The Battle Royal, there's turkey, there's brisket, there's ribs, there's sauces, there's side dishes, which are called tag team partners.
Nice.
They have tremendous creamed corn. Oh, my gosh, the garlic mashed potatoes. They got some fried pies. You got to go to JR's.
You're getting me hungry.
So then we went to the Big Texan Steak Ranch in Amarillo, where Klondike Bill once ate the 72-ounce steak dinner with all the trimmings, shrimp cocktail, rolls, salad, baked potato, and then once he got it for free by eating it within an hour, he ordered and ate another one. A whole nother dinner. He's on the cups. Klondike Bill at the Big Texan Steak Ranch in Amarillo. Then, of course, you can't pass up the Indian souvenir stands in Arizona and New Mexico, and also went to Winslow, Arizona. Got my picture taken standing on a corner. Let's see. Now, wait a minute. Now, Scottsdale, Arizona, the beautiful suburb of Phoenix. Wonderful weather, 80 degrees. Got the first sunburn I've had in 27 years. Then we went to the Heart Attack Grill in Phoenix. This was the highlight of my trip, Tommy. The Heart Attack Grill is unlike any other burger place in the world. They fry everything. The French fries are deep fried in pure lard. The nurses, who are very sexy and accoutrified, they can take my blood pressure anytime. The nurses give you a hospital gown. The cooks behind the counter are all dressed as doctors. And they only sell Mexican Cokes with the real sugar in it and genuine half-pound burger patties. Now they have the single bypass, the double bypass, the triple bypass, and the quadruple bypass. And, of course, if you eat the quadruple bypass, which has two slices of American cheese on each patty, plus dressed at the burger bar any way you want, if you eat that quadruple bypass, then you get a free wheelchair ride back out to your car. So, of course, for the photo op, I ate the quadruple bypass in under 10 minutes, finished off part of Stacy's double, and had 2 trips to the French fry bar. Because I've been on this diet, I've been on no sugar, I had to splurge. So that was a tremendous meal at the Heart Attack Grill in I believe it's Glendale, Arizona, but it's right outside Phoenix. It's worth the trip, just like the Briscoe Brothers Body Shop.
You were in Ultimate Warrior's backyard. Did you run into him?
No, I didn't, but I tried, but he managed to jump up over the curb and onto the sidewalk. But it was a great trip out west, and then, of course, the Ring of Honor Phoenix shows and the Big Bang are in the archives, and we'll cover those in order. Phoenix was off the charts with a great atmosphere, met a lot of people from around the world that were seeing their first Ring of Honor shows that had come in from Germany and Finland and the UK. There was 3 guys there wearing kilts. Of course, they were actually from down the street at a homeless shelter. I'm not sure what they were doing there, but at any rate, now some great Ring of Honor shows, a terrific crowd. Then across the country to Charlotte, North Carolina for the Big Bang. which was almost 2 shows. You may have heard if you heard the reports, but the Ring of Honor show was off the charts. Tyler Black, Austin Aries, and Roderick Strong in the triple threat was incredible. The Briscoes and the Kings of Wrestling, incredible. We've got new tag team champions, Hero and Claudio. Richards and Kenny King was incredible. Carino and Steen against Cabana and Generico was off the charts. It was a dynamite night. The only drawback is that we didn't get the support from the Hispanic community that we wanted to get for the lucha matches, even though the primary portion of our mainstream advertising was geared to the luchas. The Hispanic community didn't turn out, but the Ring of Honor community turned out actually better than we wanted to, so we were short 500 Mexican fans, but we picked up a whole bunch of new Ring of Honor fans. Before anybody goes anywhere else, I'm going to apologize for the lucha tag going on last, which some people felt was improper placement, because how could you follow those 2 other main events, was only because we didn't want to false advertise, and Super Parka had an accident on the way to the Los Angeles airport, had to get a later flight, and got in the building when the triple threat match was just getting started. So we didn't false advertise, but it was horrible to put those guys in that position.
Also, to say a surprise debut by Christopher Daniels as well, who was released from TNA earlier that week.
Exactly, and the people went berserk. You know, Christopher Daniels, he came out, he looked like a star. He made a challenge to Davey Richards. He spoke well. The people were just going bonkers, and it just once again proves that Vince Russo couldn't book Lassie in a pet shop.
What's your take on TNA release from Christopher Daniels?
My take is we'll take him. You know, Chris Daniels has been a tremendous talent that's been misused there for quite some time and overlooked and passed over and kept down. And hopefully he'll get the opportunity in a place that appreciates his talents to show exactly what he can do, because the guy's a star.
So all in all, seems like you had a really good trip then, huh?
Oh, I tell you, the only problem I've had, Tommy, is unpacking over the last 36 hours. I'm still hauling stuff out of the truck and trying to figure out what's gone on since I've been home. So,
I tell you what, and I know that you don't know what's going on in the world of wrestling. You said that prior to us starting this conversation here today.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I after last week when TNA pulled in its lowest rating ever,
0.6.
You know, that's when I decided, you know what, I'll just concentrate on Ring of Honor business, because it's so much more enjoyable than listening to people self-destruct in front of my very eyes.
Well, I have some news for you, and I'm going to tell you about. I don't know.
Oh, see now, folks, you hear the way he's starting to instigate.
No,
already he's trying to elicit a tantrum from me.
Oh, I'm going to get one out of you too, because I know that the listeners of Cornettes Commentary have been watering from the mouth of the last 2 weeks you're not here, and boy, are you about to go on a rampage. I'm not making this up at all. There's a couple things from us at TNA. Let me ask you a question. The last segment of a show, let's say TNA does a 2-hour Impact. The last segment of the show should be the main event and biggest thing on the show, correct?
Well, I will follow that as a rule of thumb. I'm sure there could possibly be some exceptions, but I have a feeling you're not about to give me one.
I swear to God, I'm not ribbing you. I'm not making this up. This is the last segment on TNA last night. I'm almost embarrassed to even say this. They had a lock box showdown on TNA, the last segment last night. Lock box showdown. There's 4 boxes, and 4 people that were standing in front of the boxes got keys. Now, the 4 people in front of the boxes was Velvet Sky, Tara, Angelina Love, and Daphne. Now, in these, I'm not about to make this up. In these 4 boxes, in one box there was an opportunity for a future shot at the Knockouts title.
Right.
In another box there was an actual Knockouts title. So the title, you see where this is going, is about to change hands in a box, not in a ring.
Okay.
The third thing in the box is the Tara Spider that she lost. And the fourth thing in the box is they have to go in the ring and striptease. So Velvet Sky, not ribbing you.
Hey, wait a minute. Has Vince Russo just proven that he hasn't gotten laid a lot lately?
This is freaking horrible. Listen to this. Velvet Sky opens her box first. She has an opportunity at a